Hey guys, welcome back to this, the fourth video of our WordPress tutorial series. Today we're going to cover a little bit of style sheet editing. I know we said we're going to create some pages, but I wanted to change the look of the front page before we move on. Things we're going to look at today is we're going to change this header background. We're going to make that black and change this font color to orange. We're going to change the background color there to black. We're going to make this font color orange. The links, we are going to color those orange as well. We're going to swap these two sections, the widgets and the about us sections, around, and then we're going to look at the footer. We're going to make that black as well. To get started, let's go back to our WordPress dashboard. We'll close out. In the left hand side menu, hover on plugins, select add new. We're going to do a search for Custom CSS. Basically, Custom CSS is the plugin that we're going to use to color and change our element styles. Just click on install now on the simple Custom CSS by John Regan and Danny Van Kooten. Click on OK just to confirm the download. Once the download and install is complete, we'll just click activate plugin. Now the plugin's activated, we can confirm by hovering on appearance, selecting Custom CSS. Perfect. Now let's go back to our website. This is one or two shortcuts that I've been using for a while. We'll right click on the element that we want to change, so the white background. I'll say inspect element. We just confirm by hovering over the line of code that's highlighted that it is the element that we're looking at. We see that the class name is wide header. So on the right hand side in the CSS, we'll see wide header. We'll choose where it says background. We'll click on that little white box. I'm just going to drag that into the black. I'm just going to click out. I'm going to copy all of this. Just the wide header section. It closes after the curly brace. So we're going to grab the curly brace. We're going to scroll up to where it starts, which is the full stop or period. We're going to copy that. I'm going to go back to our custom style sheet. I'm going to remove, this is a comment. I'll explain comments in a second. So I'm just going to paste this in. I like to just give the code good spacing so we can read it properly. All elements are completely to the left, and then the code within the curly braces I just space in by 4 indents. And I do it with all the code. Perfect. And I'll just say update custom CSS. Now if we go back to our original, if we refresh the page by pressing F5 on the keyboard, you'll see that it stays black, which is perfect. Next color we wanted to change was the text color of the phone number. We'll right click on that, click on inspect element. Once again, we'll just hover over the code to make sure that it is selected. This is header contact span A, which is a link. What we'll do is we'll click on the little color box. And this time, instead of choosing a color, we're going to click on our orange that we want to use. We're going to click out. Again, from the curly brace up to the period, we're going to press Ctrl C on the keyboard or right click and copy. I'm going to go back to our dashboard. We're going to give ourselves some space. And we're going to paste that in there. Just give it 4 spaces. Sorry, I put an M in there. And 4 spaces. We click Update Custom CSS. Go back to our page and we refresh. And that's done. Perfect. Now the next element we want to look at is the white background. Right click on it. Inspect element. Again, just hover over the sub. It says second subheader is the name, but that is the section we're looking for. It says second subheader, second subheader. Background color is white. We're going to change that to black. I click out, copy and paste. This time you'll see it starts with a hash because it should be a class, sorry, ID, there we go, ID subheader, and the class under it is second subheader. So we click that, we go copy it, and we go paste it into our document. Give every line of code 4 spaces. And click Update Custom CSS. Now we right click on the text itself, inspect element. Again, it says H3, falls under wrapper, second subheader, H3. What we do is we click the little color code box, sorry, the little color palette box. We click on our bar just to get our orange. Just click out. From the curly brace to the hash for the ID, we copy that, go back to our simple CSS, give ourselves some space, paste that in there, just give our code 4 spaces. Refresh our page. Perfect, hasn't been changed. Let's just do the footer as well. Right click on the footer, inspect element. We'll see our colors there. Just says hash footer, which is ID footer. We'll click on our little color box. We'll move that into the black again. Click out. Select all the text. Copy it. Go back to our style sheet. Give ourselves some space. Paste it. And 4 spaces. We say update custom style sheet. We'll close out, we'll refresh it, and the footer stays black. That's perfect. Now guys, for this you're going to need a bit of PHP experience. So I wouldn't recommend doing this if you do not have experience in PHP. I'm going to try and explain it as best I can, but I'm going to swap the widgets and the About Us section around. So I'm going to go back to our simple custom CSS. I'm going to search for the editor. In the editor, I'm going to look for a specific file called front page PHP. This is our front page. I'm going to click on that. Now, I've done the research, so I know if I right click on this and say inspect element, the entire section is called features and the content section is called content. So basically in the code, I want to swap the position of features and the position of content around. Now, this is usually not too difficult to identify and find. What we'll do, click on our dashboard. We're still in the editor. So in the editor, we are looking for on the front page, we're looking for our features, section ID features. So we found that. That is the start of features. So now I'm going to highlight this line. I'm going to keep moving down until I find where it closes the features. So not the feature box, because this feature box is a different name, complete different name to ID, section ID features. So I was going to keep scrolling down. So guys, I've got an idea where it is, but you just have to keep looking through the code until you find where it closes, and it's got a comment, an HTML comment that says it's closing section features. So I'm going to cut that by pressing Ctrl X on my keyboard or by saying right click and cut. And here's our content section, the section ID content. We're going to look for the line of code where that closes. So again, we're scrolling down our code looking for this line of code that says closing section, and it's got a little comment there that says closing section content. So after that line of code, at the end of that line of code, we're just going to hit enter, and we're going to paste in by compressing Control V, or by going right click and saying paste, and we're going to say update file. Now if we go back to our website and we refresh it, you'll notice that it has swapped around the content section and the features section. One other small change that I want to make is I want all my boxes to be the exact same height. So I'm going to take the tallest widget box, which is Contact Us. I'm going to right click on that. I'm going to go say Inspect Element. And it's saying my features.features box with its custom style sheet. In this case, because we don't have minimum height, which is the field that we want to change, we're just going to grab the top line to identify, just grab the top line, the name, to identify our widget boxes, the feature boxes. We're going to copy that, go back. I'm going to go back to our Custom CSS. At the bottom, we're going to put 2 spaces. We're going to put our name in. We're going to open the curly brace, put 2 enters, close the curly brace. I'm going to put in 4 spaces. I'm going to change the minimum height, colon, and we're going to make that, let's try 400 pixels, and you put the semicolon at the end and say update custom style sheet. We go back to our page and refresh it. Those boxes are just a little bit too tall, but you'll see it has created a new element, and all we need to do is we're going to click on the 400 and we're going to press the down arrow until we get the height that we like, and that would be the height where they're all the exact same. So I'm going to go 320. That's perfect. So I'm just going to go back to my custom style sheet. I'm going to look for this. I'm going to change that to 320 pixels. I'm going to go update custom style sheet, go back to my document, refresh. Perfect. And the page looks exactly as I wanted. Guys, I'm going to make a few changes to the footer. I'm just going to include a widget that we can use to put our copyright information in there. Oh, sorry, one more thing. Let's do the links quickly. We're going to right click on the link itself. I'm going to go inspect element. Now, a link is identified by this A, and it doesn't seem that we have a link identified in our CSS yet. So what I want you guys to do is simply click on this little plus. It's going to create that for us. And then we click next to the curly brace, and we're going to say color. Let's go with the text decoration first. Text dash decoration. We're going to say none because we do not want any decorations on the text at the moment. We're going to go color colon, and we need to get the color from this orange. Unfortunately, it's not giving us an option. I'll show you what I mean in 1 second. So I'm just going to put color. I'm going to put the colon. I'm going to say hash 000 just to leave it black for now. Or we can actually just go, let's create color. Let's go AC. It's going to be a gray. So you've got a light gray going there. Perfect. Now you can click that little box on your toolbar, your navigation bar. Just select the orange. Click out, and there we go. We select everything. Control copy. Go back to our simple style sheet. put in 2 spaces, paste our element or tag. Okay, perfect. Now, that's the little trick I want to show you guys. Just say Control Save first. Just update our style sheet. We go back to our document. We press F5. See, our links are the same color as the rest of our document. Okay. Now, a little trick that I want to show you is, let's go back to our simple style sheet. Just copy the entire link style. We'll simply put in a colon and say hover. Text decoration, let's say underline. Color remains the same. Let's go update custom CSS and just refresh our page. As you'll see, when we hover over the links, they are actually underlined. And I want to make a small change to the menu, but I think we should do that once the menu has been created. Guys, if you want to learn more about custom style sheets, I always recommend going to w3schools.com. It's one of the best resources for free. I do apologize, I typed incorrectly. It's w3schools.com. There we go. And they've got a complete CSS tutorial, HTML tutorial, PHP tutorial. It's very simple. Just click on the tutorial, and it actually teaches you step for step exactly what CSS is, how it works. Shouldn't take you more than a day or two to learn everything about CSS that you need to know. For any questions, feel free just to pop a few comments. If this video helped you at all, please comment and subscribe. Thank you.